did this team after three tough losses?
Well, embarrassed. Well, I think the first two losses were what they were. They were. We had a chance. We played pretty well, really well at times, and made some mistakes to allow us. Saturday, to me, that's unacceptable. I mean, I'm embarrassed. They should be embarrassed. I mean, about how we played. Um, you know, the breakdowns defensively are inexcusable. Um, it just, we've really limited to a large extent what we're doing. So the I gotta tell you, I've been coaching a long time. Some of the things that we do at times are hard to explain. Hard for me to put a finger on why they're happening. Um, when we make a call and we don't play the call. When I, and just some things that at times have me shaking my head, but it is frustrating. Offensively, we didn't play well at all, and I thought we obviously with what happened defensively, I thought we got away from our plan too quick. Um, we got our butts kicked physically, which is embarrassing and which shouldn't happen. Um, and we didn't play well, and never got it turned around. Had a couple opportunities to make a play here and there, um, and then we got away from what we do and what we said we were going to be, and a little bit it was nature of the game, but you can't panic in that situation, and you know, so all that being said, we got to come out, and I think our guys have uh, they understand what has to be done, and we got to do it, and we got to practice better, we got to coach it better, and we got to play better. We got to go get a win on Saturday. That's all you can do, and that's where our mindset is, and can't control what we can't hit rewind. You got to go out and man up across the board, players and coaches alike, and go play. And there's a lot of football left to be played. But my message to our guys are two things: A, we're looking for guys that we can trust. B, we're looking for reliability, which to me those two things go hand in hand. You got to be reliable, and we're looking for some possible personnel changes at a couple different places. And but that's also a frustrating part is, um, I told some of the backups. I said, you want to play, and you might be you're not frustrated. You got to put it on tape during the week, and because we're looking for guys that are going to be more reliable and guys that we can trust that are going to be able to execute what we're asking them to do. And um, it's for whatever reason, and I found this over the last 7 8 years. We got to keep working on our ability to keep our focus during games, and focus on the things that you can control, and stop. I know defensively looking in the backfield or not looking at your key, not playing what your key tells you to do, and not do. I mean, it was last week. It was pretty simple. The message: do your job, play your technique, fundamentally do what the coaches are asking you to do, and at times we don't do that, and it's killing us, and it's got to keep working to get that done, and that's the frustrating part of it. And a lot of times it's not necessarily what they're doing to us. We're our own worst enemy, and that is so frustrating to me, and because we're not playing a ridiculous amount of defense, and offensively our concepts are the same. We got to be able to execute it.
When you say we're trying to limit what we do, are you trying to simplify
Yes.
defensively so the execution is better?
Oh yeah, we're very simple, and we're only going into the game with, or we don't have an overly abundant amount of calls. But in this day and age of football, you got to be able to adjust the formations and communicate. And if you call something, you better play it. We gave up a 80-yard touchdown on somebody who made a call to play a defense and didn't play it. One guy did, he didn't. The guy's wide open going down the field, and then we have no explanation for it. And those are the things that that frustrate me. Where you sit there and you watch it happen live, And, you know, I said to my wife the other night, I said, I feel like I'm going to have a heart attack. Like, it's like a bad nightmare happening in front of your eyes. And that happened, I think we've talked about that. That happened some last year. It's some inopportune times. It happened in some ways, you know, early in the year a couple times on some things, but it happened Saturday. There were some things that were hard to explain. Like, what are we doing? And you know, it's that's frustrating to me because it's especially when they know what to do and they just in the moment they don't do it. And the want to's there. We got to just play smarter. We got to be more focused, and play with discipline, and all the things we preach. You know, do your job, and you got to count on the other 11 to do it. Problem is that, like, we gave up the one long touchdown pass. I mean, the second long touchdown. We gave up about 230 or 40 yards in 4 plays in that football game. The other 50, what is it? I think we played 63 plays or something. The other 59, so we gave up a little over 100. It's hard to, you know, you can't win like that. You can't have those kind of mental breakdowns. I mean, it's gonna catch up to you. It's gonna kill you. And then other things that happen that change the momentum. And you know, we jump off sides when we got a 3rd and 10 early in the game. When I feel like we're in pretty good control. We talk about it all week that they're gonna hard count. And we don't get one guy jump off. We get 2 guys that jump off when they're supposed to be keying the football. Things like that, they hurt you. Those are things that people, you know, you forget about, or a lot of people forget about. But those things, they change the momentum of a football game, and something as little as that, and little things can become big things. And got to stop getting. We got to get out of our own way. And this team here, we're playing this week. Their style of offense makes you be disciplined. I mean, there's speed motion happening all over the place, and you know, you better be on point. You better be ready to. You better prepare well and be prepared to do your job, because everybody has a responsibility, and no matter how you play defense, and this team will test you in that regards.
From a running game standpoint, you alluded to it a little bit earlier that you got away from what you wanted to do. Obviously, just from a rushing yard standpoint, it was a pretty low output. Is that a result of just falling behind, you know, the way that you did and trying to pass your way out of it, like sometimes happens?
Yeah, and I think we probably went to that too fast, and gave up on the run too quick. You know, I mean, in that. And at times we need to execute, you know, early on our running game a little bit better than we did. I mean, we had some holes in a couple where we didn't hit it hard enough, and you know, where, you know, I looked at it and we had a 3-4 yard gain, and then where I thought it could have been bigger. You know, either a guy guy coming off a block where it could have been a huge play, or the back not hitting the right hole, or you know, there's a lot of different things that happen there. But we're gonna get back to we need to get back to having the continuity, the complementary aspect to our offense that I think that we need to have. We lost our balance, and we got to get our balance back.
How's Nate doing? You
I
know,
think he's a lot better than he was, you know, at this point over the last 2 weeks. So he needs to practice, and you know, he hasn't got a lot of practice time the last 2 weeks, or he hasn't got as much, you know, just because of the nature of the injury. He needs to practice, and we got to get him out there full time. I imagine that's where he is right now, and I know that's what he wants, but I think he's a lot further ahead, you know, physically than he has been.
Just a sense of urgency now, Bob?
You know, yes, I mean, absolutely. You got to always have a sense of urgency. That's the thing. I thought our guys had that sense of urgency going in the last week, and then it was like I felt like it felt like an energy drain. I don't know that. Thought we came out well, and then you know, but you know, the want to's there. And I think for the most part, the effort is there. We just gotta you know, our level of execution just isn't good enough. We have too many breakdowns, too many mental breakdowns that are killing us. And you know, if the offense, I mean, and I'm speaking, that's happened offensively and defensively, but defensively, it's you know, you can't give up the big plays that we're given that are just inexplicable. Those you got to make people drive the football on us, and because we're pretty good. When you got to drive the length of the field and we're on, I think we've showed we're pretty good defensively. But you can't have the absolute, I don't even know what to call them, a total lapses of whatever concentration that kill you. I mean I've been coaching this. I am so frustrated by it because obviously, I mean that part of it's really hard for me to put my finger on. Is why is that happening? And I don't know. Sometimes I don't know if the guys know why. So you know, why did you do that? I don't have an answer for you. Well, we better figure it out. 'Cause it's not happening all the time during the week. Yeah, you're not going to be perfect during the week, but you know, you got to be ready to do it when the lights come on, man.
I was telling Nate earlier, I felt like you guys bounced back well from adversity early in the season. You know, there were some games here,
Yeah.
some moments here and there you guys did a good job, and then you know, lately it's kind of spun out of control. Do you think the big plays are harder to bounce back from than, you know, some of the miscues you guys had early in the year?
Well, I mean, well, I think in the first half, I mean, I can't really recall the whole thing. I mean, yeah, that's hard to come back from. I mean, or not. I mean, you should be able. I thought, you know, eventually we did come back from it defensively. I mean, we played a lot better in the second half. But you know, when you have 3 plays that really cost you touchdowns and 21 points in a matter of a quarter on just, you know, if you're a defensive lineman and you're sitting there thinking, what the hell's going on? You know, I mean, and then, you know, like, because, you know, they're rushing the passer or whatever's going on, and they're trying to figure out, you know, they don't know what just happened. You know, they not like they watched it on film, so it becomes a level of frustration that can kind of grow. And, you know, and guys, it's a bad recipe when you're having those kind of breakdowns. It just can't happen. It's going to kill you, and it's going to lose you football games, and it cost us to get, you know, any chance to win last Saturday.
Bryce Gibson played a lot of football for you the last couple of years. Seems like you struggled at times this year. Obviously, late in the game, had a personal foul last game. Where's your confidence level at this point right now?
I tell you, you know, he's got to grow. You can't. Number one, you can't do what he did. I mean, that's unexcusable, and you know, you get a lower. I said, you want to be tough. You want to be, you know, you play tough between the whistles. I mean, you know, that's grade school crap that he pulled late in that game. That's what I told him. Yeah, he wants to win. He wants to play hard. He was frustrated, but man up. Accept responsibility for where we are, and don't do something like that. That's a bad reflection on everything that we're about as a program, and that's not good. It's not put up with around here.